Okay, I'm going to just give a quick overview of how to use the new builder and the new widgets. So I have made this page at the very bottom called Z example page. And if we click view, we'll see that this has every widget that you currently have available to you so that you can see what they look like. Because sometimes when you say like I want a feature block, you don't know, is it 3, is it 4, is it what is it? So you can go on here and know, okay, feature blocks, they're 3 in a row, they look like this. Um, Featured activities, their lines of content, they look like this. Here's what the logos are. Here's a photo gallery, and then here's our listing widgets. So you can use this as a reference when you're creating pages to just see which widget you want to use based on what look you want. Um, and so I'm going to go in here to Builder. And you'll see there is a lot of similarities to the old style here at the top. You'll put in the nav bar text, what you want the navigation to be. You can still hide it from the nav, which I've done for this one because it's just an example. We don't need to be able to see it. You can still select a parent page, and this decides where the page will show up within the navigation. So if I put it under red, white, and blue, then it would appear there in the drop down. You still have the ability to decide if you want the Wausau logo to show or one of the Badger State games or one of your main events that you have. So you can select that there. You can also check if it's a Sports Authority page that you want the Sports Authority logo in the footer. You can display the mini nav, which I will just put about us on this one so that we can see what it looks like on the test page. So if I press save here, and then I go over to the test page and refresh, you'll see this is what the mini nav is. So it just lists every page within the parent and all of the children of a particular page. And I believe you guys use this mostly in the Badger State Games section so that you can have all of the games of, the summer or the winter displayed so that people can easily jump to them. And then you still have the option to forward a page. I believe that you mostly use this for the Badger State games also, to forward a winter game to summer or a summer game to winter, just to make sure if they get to an old link, they're always getting to the most up-to-date information. You can click to open up the categories. This is where you assign any categories that are relevant to this page. And the categories feed some of the widgets like the events and the listings. So you'll want to just always make sure you've checked any categories that pertain to this page so that data will be populated in there. The header images work very similar to how they did before. You can just press select header image. It will open up the photo gallery. You can click on an image, then you just need to make sure that you have the header cropped. If you don't like this crop, you can press crop header and change how it's cropped, or you can press select photo if you're okay with that. You can put in a sort order, so say I want this one to appear first and this one to appear second. And then it would be like a excerpt about the page. So, this is my test page. And if there are any, which I don't think that you guys currently have, but if there are any widgets that use a pages excerpt as part of building the widget, that's where it would display. So I'm just going to press save because anything that is on this page, you have to make sure you save before you go in to edit because this is going to take you to a new screen. So you'll see here, this is kind of a quick look at what the page is going to look like, but it has the breakout so that you can see which content area is which widget is which widget. But it is a slight preview of what you'll see on the actual page. So we can scroll down here, say we wanted to make a change to one of these, we just need to click edit, As I said, it'll tell you, did you save everything that you did on the main page? Because if you didn't, it'll be lost. We already saved, so I'll just press yes. Um, and then you'll see in here, each widget has its own way to be set up. So this particular feature block widget, you can add as many or as little items as you want. So you can just keep adding more things. So you could have 3, you could have 1 row of 3, or you could have 10 rows of 3, or you know, however you need, however many you needed for that. And then you'll see this is kind of a reoccurring thing with all the widgets. You'll usually have a title. You'll be able to select some kind of link. If you're going to link to something within the site, an account, for example, then you would click account and you can select the account from the drop down menu, and then this will pull the website that you have saved in the database. What's nice about this is, you know, if the Family Dollar in Wausau changes their website address and you change it in the account, you don't have to worry about also going and finding all the places that you've linked to it within the site. It will change everywhere by linking it to the account. Same with the pages. Rather than having to put in directly the page link, you'll just select the page that you want to link to. If you want to link to an outside source, you'll select custom link, and as you can see, I just put in google.com. You can put in any link there that you want. You can put in your text. If you want to replace this image, you can press replace. If you want to remove this whole line altogether, you can select remove selection. Or if you just want to edit this crop, you can click edit master and it will open this individual photo up, and I could recrop this, you know, and say I want it on this side now. Press save. And then when I refresh, the crop will be refreshed also. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to, at any time you can press add new widget and it will put a new widget at the bottom. And you'll see there's a list here. So every one of these is shown on your example page. The headers are pretty simple. You just type in the header that you want for the look that you want. Content, you'll have a content block just like always. I do recommend that you keep your content blocks smaller, especially on the sports pages. You have a lot of pages with a lot of text and tables, and that's a lot of characters to be loading. So if you break them up into, you know, say 3 or 4 smaller content blocks, it'll make the page load faster, and hopefully breaking them up with some other kind of widget in between, just to keep it refreshed for users so it's not just one big block of content. Also, there is a limited number of characters that you can put into one content block. So sometimes if you try and paste all of that content into here, the system will not allow you to do that. So try and break up your content blocks. You do now have a button widget, and you can select whether it's purple or red. If you need more colors, just let us know. You can put the link in here that you need, and then just whatever text you want it to be, register, click here, whatever you need it to be. The embed codes, these just give you a nice blank spot to insert anything that you might be inserting from a third party. So something from issue, or maybe I think issue might be the only one that you guys would use. So you get the script from them to plug into your site, and you just paste it in here. You have a standard, which will keep it within the bounds of the content area, or you do have a full screen option in case, you know, you ever had a booking widget or something that you wanted to run across the full screen. As I said, the categories affect some of the widgets, such as the events and the listings. So if you have, if you're going to include one of these and you click it, there'll be nothing to do but press save, because it pulls the category from the main page. And then we looked at the feature blocks. Features activities are very similar. You have to press save to be able to add an item, and then you'll see, you know, you have a title, a link, and some text. And then for these ones, you can choose a color, blue, orange, or no color. and the image selection is always the same anywhere you're going to select an image on a site. You click the image, and then you scroll down till you find the green crop size. If it's there, the select photo button will be here. If not, you'll have to crop it. You'll open it, press save, and then once you go back, you'll see your crop and you can select it. The logos work very similar to the two featured blocks, and you'll see I had saved the widget as a featured activity and then decided to change it to a logo. So if you have ones that are a feature block or a featured activity where it's like similar content, Dusty will keep the image for you so that you can just change the way the display looks within there. So for the logos, you can add logos or you can add images depending on how you want it to be. And you'll see then they just get listed out evenly on the site here. Okay, I'm gonna just open up a fresh one. Okay, and then the only kind of other new thing is the photo and video gallery. And I think I'll go back to the builder and I'll just open this one up that I've already started working on. So you can add as many photos or videos to this as you would like. As you will see, I did put a video in here, but I also put in an image. I selected an image because otherwise there'll be no thumbnail here. If you don't select an image, you won't have this will be blank. There'll be no image for someone to click on to get to the video. So if you need to put in a video, you can put in a YouTube or a Vimeo. I think you guys only have YouTube. The YouTube video comes from, I'm going to just move my screen up a little bit. You'll see this YouTube URL here. This last part after the equals is the ID, and that is the only part that you have to copy and paste into here. You don't need the whole URL, you just need the individual ID. So then you can add more items. You can add tall or wide photos, either one, it doesn't matter. The player can handle it. So I can just select any old photo I want and I'll press select photo and it will be in the bottom. If I want to reorder them, I can just, move them in any way that I want with using these little arrows. I can put in a text that will give them a description. And then you guys may not use this, but we do have some clients that have 360 videos, and they're using an embed code here to show the 360 video within their photo gallery. Okay, and then I think the last thing to know is, so you have all of these widgets, and you can move them up and down. So you can use these arrows to move them however you want. So once something is in here, doesn't necessarily mean that that's where it has to live. You can move it up and down as you please. You also can go in and make them either inactive, which means that you will still see them in the editor in case you wanted to turn them back on, or you can archive them, which means they will be removed from the page altogether. If by chance you needed them back, they are still in the database and we could retrieve them for you, but it clears them out from your view. So that is a quick overview. If you have any questions or need any more information on using it, just let me know and I'll be happy to hop on and walk through with you.